folks? It's Dragon Super 10. On yet with another stream. It's the last stream I beat Super Mario World. Got every exit in the game. All 96 of them. And defeated Bowser. Today I'm going to be playing Contra Hard Corps yet again. This time I'm not playing it on the collection. The Contra Anniversary Collection. Hope you guys are doing well. You know, having a good day or night. Hope you guys having a good day or night playing your time zone. I'm doing fine. Do apologize yet for this late start. Now I'd say it was a Saturday for me. I also had tech issues. In the form of issues with the earbuds. It's just Windows being Windows. Let's get started. Yeah, like I had to reset the laptop just to get it working. Because it wasn't playing sound through my earbuds. I mean, it was working, the audio was working just fine through my laptop, but there was no sound through my earbuds, which is how I prefer it when I stream. Alright, for this Contra Hard Corps playthrough, I'm doing only one ending only. Not doing all of them like I did before. Hey, Omega, what's up, dude? I'm gonna check Discord real quick. Alright. Notifications working. And of course, I'll be playing Ashina again. Ashina's my favorite bunch. So how are you doing, Omega? Alright, gonna do a save state. Of course, the game controls exactly how it controls on the collection. Buttery smooth. And no, this is not the Japanese version, so I will die in one hit if I get hit. Got a bomb! Get back! Ah! This playthrough's getting to a good start already. God! Yeah, this game is hard. Like, this game's like the Castlevania 3 of Contra games. And also, go figure, both franchises were made by Konami, so... So no wonder why both games are equally hard. Ah! Yeah! I've never done this game with 2 players. Ah! And Contra games are very, like, over the top, the action. Like, they're very explosive. Same thing with Contra Hard Corps. Not Contra Hard Corps, Gunstar Heroes. And I know, what's that game? It came out a decade ago. Came out last decade. That has a lot of influences to treasure games. Freedom Planet can also get pretty chaotic at times in the same state. I don't know if this game's on NSO. Because I know there are Genesis games on NSO. I don't have... Yeah, and like when it comes to my Nintendo Switch Online stuff, I only have the family plan. I don't have the Genesis expansion pack. So, at this time, I can't do that. Maybe in the future, though. The new save states. Ouch! I like this game, but man, it can be very difficult at times. Yeah, speaking of NSO, I need to go back to my playthroughs of Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past and Super Metroid. At some point, I need to get back to playing those so I can practice for the streams of those two games next year. Yes, I'm going to do those two games next year. Those games of Dynamite Eddie are on the docket for 2026. And also, speaking of 2026, 1 month from today, I'm starting school and stuff. Ugh. But die! Thank you, Omega. Had to do some emails this week related to that, so I got that taken care of. Gonna do another state. Normally I'm not the type to use emails, but this is pretty important, so. I'm gonna need the laser for this boss. Quick save. And it's boss time! Alright, that's first phase of this boss fight done. I'm just gonna save state as a caution. Ah! Ah! I forgot how to fight this guy. Yeah, it's been some time since I last played this. Ah! got the slide! Ouch! And of course, every time I die, I lose the weapon I was using. Ah! My skills with this game are freaking rusty. Got him! Go out to the rescue center. Rescue the research center. Alright, time for the next stage. Save state. Ah! Stage. Yeah, my skills with this game are rusty. Alright, time for next section. That guy's gonna come up and that one mini possum. Ouch! Yeah, that one guy from Contra 3's back. Ah, what the hell? Got him! Alright, another mini boss. Alright, gonna do a state. Not gonna use the homing this time because the homing lasers are actually weak at damage. Ah! Just gonna use the normal laser. I beat the guy, but I fall off the plane. That was bull! That was bull, game. I'm gonna switch back to homing lasers. Yeah, that was a Kaizo trap. But hey, at least I beat the guy. Ugh. I got plenty of power-ups, so don't have to worry. Alright, it's time to save state for this next part. I love the soundtrack in this game. The soundtrack is killer. You want a good soundtrack to listen to? Listen to this one. I'm just gonna bring out the homing lasers this time. The homing lasers are weak at damage, but they absolutely hit the target. Alright, I'm gonna bring out the laser for this boss! Alright, time for the boss. The big Terminator-like robot. Save state. Ouch! Ugh. That was bad RNG, game. Alright, got the boss. Man, stage 2 done. Thank you for the GGs. Yep, so now we gotta go to the garbage dump stage with one of the best tracks in the game, Contra Overdrive. Stage. Ow! Thank goodness I have the homie laces. Really like this track, even though it's very funky. Ow! Ah! Trying to figure out which button is it that can change the shot type. I gotta do a BRB real quick, folks. Alright, I'm back. Yeah, you're supposed to do it with the select button, but it's working. Ah! There we go. Got fixed now. And I'm gonna do a safe state. Yes, shot 2 enables you to fire while in place, while shot 1 enables you to fire while moving. Kind of like free shot and fixed shot from Gunstar Heroes. Got a bomb. It's time for a mini boss, which I'm going to save state. Save state beforehand. I forgot how this mini boss works in terms of pattern. I destroyed the fucker before he... Oh, man, this is... I am seriously very rusty at this game. Ah, that was bull. Right, got the mini boss this time without dying. Alright, I'm gonna do a safe state because there's some cannons coming up that shoot blast home in your direction, man. Alright, I'm gonna do a safe state before I take care of the actual boss of this stage. Alright, this boss is a multi-phase fight. Ugh. Okay, that's one phase down. I'm gonna save state between phases. Alright, Sagittarius phase done. The first part of the boss fight, you have to find these constellations. I think it's Taurus, Sagittarius, and Gemini. That was easy. And then you drop power-ups. Alright, here's the next part of this boss fight. This part's ugly. I give credit to some of these guys in terms of designs. Some of these guys are just really creative, but man, they're also tough. Alright, this part's gonna turn to the tank. Save stage. That was BS, game. That was BS. I call bull on that. Alright, time for the next section, the helicopter. Ah! Trying various strategies to try to beat the helicopter form quickly. Got it! That's stage 3 done. Alright, gonna do a save state real quick, change the cell back to 1. And start using homing lasers. Does anyone have any special plans for Christmas? I certainly don't. I'm just gonna chill out on Christmas Day. Probably play some new video games I ever get, amongst other stuff. Yeah, same here. We're gonna save state. Get on the next section, next mini boss. One game that I also would like to do in 2026 is Rocket Knight Adventures. That's another Genesis classic. Save stage. Alright, another mini boss. Remember this one being a pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm actually getting a good time with this guy right now. Whoa, that was close! Alright. Phase 2. I'm gonna save state. That was actually a very good phase 1 of this mini-boss. Ah! It's all going so good until that point. Ugh. Alright. Check Discord for something. Okay. Alright. This is the phase 1. Yeah, that was the phase where you can destroy it. Alright. Thank goodness I got past that guy without too much issues. Without too many issues. Alright, time for the actual boss of this level. Save stage. Let's do it. Hey, J-Dog! Sup, dude? Hope you and Bar are doing well. It's going well, J-Dog. I'm actually on the 4th stage. I'm only doing one ending, though. I'm not doing all the endings. Ah! Yeah, I'm not doing the endings like I did before when I first did this game with the collection. As far as the weather is here, weather goes, here in Florida, J-Dog, it's rather mild. So it's pretty nice out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to focus on this boss fight. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, getting into a safe state. Congrats on taking down, Back to the Future, J-Dog. That game is definitely not a good game at all. I guess it just came down to good luck. And I saw that clip too. But what matters is that you beat it. Yeah. You just probably timed it right. Alright, phase 2. Alright, just gonna do a save state. Yeah, I hear you on that. I've played games in the past where I won just by pure luck. And I more meant as a general statement, not streaming, though. Just more as a general thing. Beating a game should be more of a should be more satisfying when you beat it with skill. But that's just me. Besides, we've all had our moments beating games by pure luck. Okay. Still, regardless, as long as you beat the game, that's what matters. Alright, now it's time to begin the next phase of the boss fight. And you never have to touch it ever again. Like Battletoads. I won't touch that. I refuse to touch that game with a 10-foot pole. Because of how difficult it is. Alright, next phase. I wouldn't even play that game for Chivos, even if I wanted to do a game Chivo run on stream. Yeah, but to me personally, I've seen enough streams of Battletoads to justify me not wanting to play it. That's a fair assessment. And there's other times and other games it depends on RNG to win. Ow! Alright, time for the final phase of the boss fight. I don't like this boss fight because it's long. And also, here's a tip for first-timers. Don't attack this thing when it's shooting the laser. You will regret it. Because you'll most likely die. And also, with boss fights in general, if you can slide to dodge attacks, do it. That was risky. Come on, just die! There we go! And Deadeye Joe gets away! Thank you for the GGs! It's a trap! Alright. We're gonna fight to the end. Now we gotta fight the treacherous doctor. This is actually one boss fight where Sheena has the advantage. Because she has the laser, which can pierce. Ah! This is why it's safe staying between phases. Ah! Okay, that'll take care of him. Alright, time for the next phase of this boss fight. Date. Not sure if this is the phase where the machine goes haywire and all the creatures combine and swallow the doctor whole. Alright, save states. Alright, I think this is the phase I'm thinking of. No, it's not. Maybe this is it? Because I don't remember that, the last phase. Yep! Yeah, this is when the machine goes haywire and combines all those monsters. And the doctor being swallowed up by his own creation. To a safe state before the fight begins. Karma's a bitch. Yikes. Getting a position for... Getting in a prime position to fight this guy is a freaking pain in the neck. Alright, now we're in the right position to fight. Save state. Yeah, this example I was talking about, Sheena has the advantage over Ray in this regard. Because Sheena has the laser, and the laser pierced through the guy's legs. With Ray, you have to get more creative. There we go! And that's the end of that boss fight. Thank for the GG. Damn straight we'll take him out with Extreme Prejudice. That's how I like fighting my foes. Alright, gonna save state. Alright, gonna do a save state in between parts, because this stage is rough! Alright, that's another phase down. I'm gonna switch back to the laser for the actual boss fight, the actual laser, not the homie lasers, which I'm using right now. Ah! Actually, each of these machines is what is part of the upcoming boss. Ah! I don't like that attack right there. It just holds into my position. Ah! That's it, I'm bringing out the laser. I need more power. Ah! Yeah, the problem with the homing lasers is that they don't have... They home... Yeah, they home on targets, but they don't have much power. Ah! I'm gonna do another save state. Should be close to finishing this part of the phase. What the shit? Come on, just die already! Ah. Ah! How much health does this phase have? Not only does this guy very annoying to hit, he's also got a lot of health. There we go. Alright. Boss time! And here we go, the actual boss. Save state. Now the thing's gonna combine because yeah, pretty much this guy combines to make one big robot. Maybe I should switch to the laser, to the homing lasers. Ah! Yeah, I'll switch the homing lasers when I get behind the guy. Alright, I'm gonna save state, and I'm gonna use homing lasers to hit this guy while avoiding missiles. Fuck! Alright, time to get the laser back out. Save state. What the hell? How am I supposed to avoid that? Shit. Am I supposed to slide to avoid it? But it's so fast I don't see it coming! How are you supposed to avoid that? There we go, I just had to jump at the right time. That's all I had to do. I'm gonna pause on a safe state. Oh, next phase! Okay. To another state. Oh, now it's gonna turn to the dragon. Alright, safe state. I don't know what this thing's gonna do, so best be on my guard. Ow! That thing came out like a bird! I need to be right back. I need to get my light on. There. Much better. Ah! Yeah, this boss is a freaking pain in the neck. Just when I dodge it, too. Still gets me. Ah! God! How am I supposed to avoid that? Ah! I try to jump! Ah! I'm gonna pull another BRB. I need to look this thing up. Ow! I safe stayed in a bad spot. Very bad. Ouch! Okay, I'll save state. I'll take the loss. I get my weapons back anyway in the next stage. Okay, last phase. I may have taken 2 deaths, but who cares? As long as I got past the boss, that's what matters the most. That was supposed to meant to be the safe spot. Alright. Safe state. Oh, now I see how to avoid it. How? That's it! I got 1 life back. Whew! Thank you for the GGs. Alright. Hopefully I get my last weapon back. Save states. Ouch! I'm gonna need all the power-ups I can for the Colonel. Bloody fucking hell! Motherfuckers! Alright, next part. Mistakes. That was ass! Alright, this mini boss, which is a group of soldiers and doing various formations. Yeah, burp. Ah! Alright, next formation. I'm going to do save states in between formations. Okay, next part. Ouch! Yeah, I need to bring out the homie laser for this one. Alright, it's time for the Colonel. Alright, time to fight the Colonel. Yeah, I wanted the laser for this fight, but since I lost in the last stage, like... Oh well. Yeah, Colonel's a very tough boss. Oh man, managed to get a good amount of damage on him. Save stage. I gotta focus. Ah! It's doing good right there. God, I couldn't slide right there. Man. That was bad. Sliding into him when I didn't need to. Alright, doing over pause and stage. God. Alright. Gonna do another safe state. Come on! Safe state. Got him! Alright, time for the final stage! Yeah, now we gotta stop. Now we gotta stop the missile with the alien cell in it. Alright, time to fight Deadeye Joe for the final time. Just gonna use the homing lasers. Ah! This fight's annoying. I wish I had my laser. Why didn't I dodge that? Alright, that's it for Deadeye Joe. Gonna save states. Alright, time to get on the missile. Save states. Ah, shit! Didn't see that creature come out. Alright, time for a mini boss. Good thing I'm bringing out homing lasers for this one. Alright, time for another boss fight. Save state. A centipede-like alien. Alright. Gonna save state. No need to panic. I can do this. Ah! Yeah. Hey, man, Trillian, what's up, dude? Hope you're doing better. Glad to hear you're better, but not. I'm doing fine. Just playing this gem of game that's kicking my ass. Alright, gonna do a safe state. Ah! Maybe I should have used the slide. Yeah. And unfortunately, I had 2 deaths earlier, took one of my weapons away. Come on. Die already. There we go. There we go. Final boss time. Alright, I'm gonna save state. And I'm gonna hit this thing with the bombs. Alright, I'm gonna do a save stage. And just go for broke with homing lasers. I know I can win this fight. I've beaten it before. No, but I've heard of it. I've heard it's very similar. I've heard it's good, though. And that's GG! Thank you for the GGs, Metrulian and Omega. The day is saved. Take a sip of my lemonade to celebrate. This game is fantastic. Definitely one of the best games on the Sega Genesis. Such a shame I never grew up with it, though. I didn't hear about it so much later. This one was a pleasure to go back to. I know I could have done any of the other endings, but hey, I decided to do the one that I like the most in terms of results. If you're a platforming kind of player, get this game through the Contra Anniversary Collection. You like run and gun games? Get this game. You also like hard games? Once again, get this game. This game's on the Contra Anniversary Collection. Oh, Alien Wars is great. But to me, this one clicks with me more in terms of the gameplay. Yeah, speaking of Alien Wars, I need to go back and finish my run of hard mode I've been doing in my spare time. I haven't touched it in some time. Oh, nice. Yeah, Metal Slug, that's another series I've heard about. Alright, now I need to go find a raid target. Because I'm not playing this game anymore. Yeah, the old school Konami intro. It's a classic. Alright, so we're gonna raid Celestial Kind, who's doing some retro stuff. I'm gonna get into a position so I can do my outro. Thank you everyone for coming, comments, lyrics, follows, raids, etc. All appreciate it. Appreciate the support regardless. I stream every Saturday and Sunday starting around 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time usually. I have a Discord server. Everyone is welcome to join it if they wish. Glad to see you as usual, Omega. There you go. There's the link for those who are interested. I have Instagram, so you catch up on updates, stuff like that. And YouTube, where you can catch up on my old stuff. And I recommend hitting the subscribe button on that and ringing the bell so you can get notified when I export the VOD. So I need to once again look at my log of games and see what I'll be playing for tomorrow. So this will be tomorrow will be the last stream of, like, here's the deal, like, I don't stream on Christmas, but, like, this is, like, this won't be the last stream of the year tomorrow, it'll just be the last stream before Christmas. Because we got 2 weekends after, not 2 weekends, we got another weekend after, before the new year. And, so the last weekend day on this year is the 28th, so the 28th will be the last streaming day, like, last stream for the year, basically. I always get my words mixed up. Sorry, alright. Celestial. Celestial kind. Thank you everyone for coming. See you tomorrow to whatever I stream next. Until then, bye-bye for now.